Hello and a very warm welcome to Rajya Sabha TV. I'm Teena with another brand new edition of Colours of India, your weekly cultural diary. First up, glimpses of the events we've covered for you during the week gone by. First up on the show, a classical repertoire. Next, an artistic ode to nature. And then, a conversation with author and senior journalist Anant Vijay, whose new book is out in the stores. Let's begin the show this week with a dance concert that features young performers. Titled Dance Kaleidoscope, the concert presents traditional dance numbers from the Bharat Natyam repertoire as well as non-traditional dances with different colors, dimensions and formations. As many as 50 Bharat Natyam dancers from different age groups came together to mesmerize people in the national capital. Titled Dance Kaleidoscope, the annual concert featured both senior as well as junior disciples of renowned Bharat Natyam exponent Priya Venkatraman. Together, they created magic on stage with their captivating stage presence and performance. As the name of the show suggests, the classical repertoire was an amalgamation of transitioning patterns, shapes and sequences and a kaleidoscope of color. Priyanka Venkatraman took her first steps in dance when she was only 7 years of age. Born into a South Indian family in Delhi, dance and music came to her naturally. But she decided to take it up as a profession during her initial years in college. A disciple of 2013 Padma Bhushan recipient Saroja Vaidyanathan, the dancers has had the honor of performing for several heads of state, including US President Barack Obama during his India visit in 2010, the King of Bhutan in 2011, the Bangladeshi President and the Chinese Foreign Minister. Her students have also won several dance competitions, scholarships and awards for outstanding performances at a number of dance festivals.
I started dancing 40 odd years ago as a child myself. In a typical South Indian family in Delhi, we were made to learn dance as well as Carnatic vocal music, and that's how I started. And it was later on, perhaps in my late teens or when I was in the first initial years of college is when I decided to take it up as a profession. Bharatanatyam to me is a beautiful form of dance. The fast-paced, percussive nritta or footwork and the detailed abhinaya. These are two aspects of the dance that I'm really enamored of.
The recital was a mix of old and new traditions. According to the Bharat Natyam exponent, all these dances have a group treatment. That experiment itself is new, as Bharat Natyam evolved as a form of solo performance. The young students created magic on stage with their brilliant performance and stunning expressions, leaving no stone unturned to impress the spectators.
I think it is an amazing opportunity for young dancers like myself. It is a very good platform where everybody kind of gets an experience, to get on stage. And, it is not only about the dance that we are doing, it is also about like the teamwork, how, everything comes together in this. It's a total show.
11 years actually they have gone by very very fast with ma'am. It doesn't feel like she is your guru. She is actually like a mother of ours. We actually look up at her a lot. She's not a very as strict teacher, but she is strict as in a silent treatment. If we do something wrong, and she would not just go with a stick that what are you guys doing, you're not supposed to do anything like that. But she handles very calmly, and as one of my other colleagues said, that she's a very perfectionist kind of a woman.
Dance Festival was a fun-filled event where children showed immense grit and determination to pull off a brilliant show. Everyone present inside the packed auditorium seemed to enjoy every bit of their performance. Indeed, their graceful moves will be cherished and remembered by the audience for a long time. Dance Kaleidoscope is one of the most celebrated annual dance concerts that features young performers and students. And most of them are disciples of Priya Venkatraman, who now teaches at the Sri Siddhi Ganesha temple in neighboring Gurugram. We hope you like this new spin to classic Bharat Natyam. With that, time for a short break on the program. Lots more coming up ahead on the show. Do stay with us. On the other side of the break, myriad hues of nature.
Tales that inspire. Stories of social change. A salute to diversity. Promoting public discourse. Events that motivate. Inspiring the innovative spirit. Watch Rajya Sabha television documentaries.
Welcome back after the break. It is believed that art is something that liberates the soul, provokes the imagination, and encourages people to weave beautiful dreams. And these dreams, when depicted through paintings, create magic. We take you to such an exhibition showcasing works of artist Nandita Ruchi. An avid nature lover, she uses it as her reference point, aided by her imagination and childhood memories. Visual artist Nandita Ruchi held a solo exhibition of her works, reflecting her immense love for nature. Her works comprised of paintings and wearable arts, reflecting nature as one would like to see it. Organized at the open Palm Court Gallery at the India Habitat Centre, the exhibition was called Khwabida, that means dreamer. Nandita calls herself an avid dreamer who is inspired by nature. Her exhibit featured more than 30 paintings, each of them bringing forth the different hues of nature and greenery. The paintings had several layers of paint and were made using the impasto or the wet-on-wet technique, which utilizes thick layers of paint. This technique helps enhance objects that float around in water bodies like flowers and fish. Lotus was the main theme of her show and could be witnessed in almost all her works. Nandita's tryst with her painting tools began in school. Her talent was further nurtured by her parents. At the age of 14, Nandita painted a few saris for her mother with fabric dye paints to try new ways of expressing her art form. Today, she has diversified her art into wearables and owns her signature line of ties, scarves and pocket squares. She also started her own line of digitally printed limited edition saris. She graduated in applied art from the Delhi College of Art.
Nature is my reference point, but I do not paint what I see, but what I want to see. So I don't exactly copy the nature as it is, and I try to create my own representation of it. And as you know, that water doesn't have its own color. It takes all the colors of its surroundings. So while a morning sky, you can see vivid colors of orange and reds, but in the evening sky you can see the reflection of sky with pinks and fuchsias. Likewise, all my paintings, if you will see, are different colors because water takes the surrounding colors.
Nandita's painting of flowers, lilies and waterscapes was so beautiful and full of life, as if they were real, depicting various emotions such as joy, romance and beauty, and were brilliantly textured to give a three-dimensional effect to the viewers.
Always a painter. I think I was born a painter, and painting is my passion, and I've always been painting. I started with watercolors, I did oils also, but now I'm using acrylics, and it's a difficult medium because it dries very fast, and with my wet on wet impasto techniques it's quite a challenge, but I really enjoy working with acrylic colors, and spatula gives the textures in my painting which I would like to create. It gives a 3D effect. If you see my painting from a distance, you can actually feel the depth in the painting.
Actually, her style of painting is very contemporary and modern, and it really gives you insight of nature. So a peace of mind, everybody wants it. So if you want to have the peace, get the peace of mind and feel happy about nature and know more about the nature, you should visit this.
Painted with multiple colors in oil and acrylic, her works were no less than a visual delight for visitors. The charm of her repetitive thick layers using palette knife and strokes was also captivating. According to Nandita, the show Khwabida is a product of her vivid imagination, love of nature, and of course, years of experience with the palette knife and acrylic colors. Indeed, what an inspiring ode to nature. On that note, we'll slip into another quick break. Still more coming up on the show for you. Do stay with us. Next, a conversation with author and senior journalist Anant Vijay, whose new book is out in the stores.
Art arisen from a multi-hued cultural canvas. Tradition and cultural fervour dating back centuries. And encircling them all, there's a magic that awes. Embrace your nation's brilliant human warmth. Watch Colours of India, Sundays at 9:30 p.m. on Rajya Sabha Television.
Welcome back once again. Writer and journalist Anant Vijay's new book, Marxwad Ka Ardh Satya, is now available in bookstores. In this book, the writer has not tried to test Marxism as an ideology. In fact, in the words of the author himself, it is an attempt by him to highlight the activities of the intellectual followers of this particular ideology. Citing facts from his detailed study of history as well as literature, the writer has tried to present his version firmly in front of the readers. My colleague Vandana spoke to Anant Vijay about his new book. Let's listen in.
Senior journalist, columnist and author Anant Vijay's new book, titled Marxwad Ka Ardh Satya, is ready to stun readers. In this book, Anant tries to highlight how intellectual followers of this ideology use certain events to score more political points, especially after the general elections in 2014. The author says the book is an attempt to unmask the intention of those who believe in this theory. This book is neither a conclusion nor an interpretation of Marxist principles or ideology, as the writer put all the facts straight in front of the readers, leaving it to them to form their own perception.
विचारधारा तो कोई गड़बड़ी नहीं होती, उसको मानने वाले, उसके अनुयायी उसमें गड़बड़ियां करते हैं। किसी भी वाद को अगर आप जकड़ लेंगे और कहेंगे दुराग्रह के साथ कि इसी तरीके से चलो, गड़बड़ी वहीं से शुरू होती है। वामपंथियों के साथ गड़बड़ी यहीं से शुरू हुई कि उन्होंने अपनी विचारधारा को अंतिम सत्य मान लिया और अंतिम सत्य को पकड़कर चलने के चक्कर में वो अर्ध सत्य बना के छोड़ गए इसको।
Anant Vijay had been working on this book since 2009. The idea of writing this book came to him during the Uttar Pradesh elections in 2007, when he went to attend the Jaipur Literature Festival and noticed how the political conspiracy was being done to stop eminent novelist Salman Rushdie from entering the event. But that time, he did not have enough content for his book. Later, he began collecting details of more such events to incorporate them in his book.
ये किताब लोगों को इसलिए पढ़नी चाहिए कि इस किताब में एक ऐसी विचारधारा को मानने वालों को कसौटी पर कसा गया है जिसके बारे में कहा जाता है, जिसके बारे में एक मिथक तैयार किया गया भारत में कि वही विचारधारा बुद्धिजीवी पैदा करती है। वो विचारधारा बुद्धिजीवी तो पैदा करती ही करती है, लेकिन बुद्धिजीवियों को छल करने की ट्रेनिंग भी इस विचारधारा से मिलती है और अगर आप उनके छलात्कार से खुद को दूर रखना चाहते हैं तो ये किताब आपको पढ़नी चाहिए।
Based on real-life incidents, the book includes almost all the important events of the literary world that took place between 2009 to 2019. The book is now set to be launched on 18th of August. Published under Vani Prakashan, the book has 300 pages and is now available in all bookstores. Book lovers, as well as those who would like to read his detailed work of history and literature, must read it.
And let's now bring you the culture calendar of this week that tells you about the important cultural events taking place in your city. Theatre lovers in Bengaluru can enjoy the play Kathe Galu at Ranga Shankara, JP Nagar, 7:30 p.m. on 9th August. There's something for theatre fans in Delhi as well. Hindi play Tughlaq will be staged at Sri Ram Centre for Performing Arts, Safdar Hashmi Marg, Mandi House, 7:30 p.m. onwards on the 5th of August. For music enthusiasts in Kolkata, an event paying tribute to the legend Kishore Kumar will be held at Madhusudan Manch, Garyahat Road, 5 p.m. on 13th August. In Mumbai, an event Sukhan is scheduled to take place at Sri Shivaji Mandir, Dadar West, 8 p.m. on 10th August. And down south in Hyderabad, an event Kafi Aur Main will be held at Shilpkala Vedika, High Tech City Main Road, 7 p.m. on 11th August. If you know about some interesting cultural events taking place in your city, you can write to us on sabrang.rstv@gmail.com. We'll try and include those in our program next week. You can also watch our program on YouTube and send us your valuable feedback and suggestions. So for now, that's it from us in this edition of Colors of India. We'll be back same time next week with another brand new edition. Until then, take good care of yourself. It's a goodbye from the entire team.
Jam